Okay, so welcome back to workout number 6. And I've got a slight confession to make here. You may have noticed that during the last workout, it came to the EMOM came to a relatively abrupt end. I sort of had a moment where I looked at the timer and it said around 17 out of 18, and I was like, I've done the maths badly wrong here, which is quite a frequent occurrence in my life. We actually had a whole other half of that workout to do. We're going to repeat all that again, but with different movements. But because I got the maths insanely wrong, I had to end it abruptly and then put the dips in at the end. So that is a confession, you know, I like to keep things honest and real. But because of that, it's now given me a great idea for this workout. And we're just going to do what we were supposed to do in the second half of that workout for this workout, because that is also an 18-minute EMOM. But because I feel bad, I'm going to make up for it and make this a little bit tougher. So no worries. So yeah, I've had a bit of a mare there. It's a frequent occurrence in my life. My maths is not the best. So basically workout 6 is going to be the exact same structure as the last one, because it's a great structure and hopefully you will be now fully aware of what's going on. The first one's a bit of like a practice round, and then workout number 6 is going to be the one where we absolutely kill it. So it's still an 18-minute EMOM. Wait, let's start getting moving. Let's start to get moving. So it's going to be an 18-minute EMOM, and we have supersets, so 2 movements at a pop, and I change those every 3 rounds. That was where my maths went slightly wrong last time. So still a total of 6 movements to do, but this time after we've done the 6 movements and the 18 minutes, you are actually finished. I promise you that. The way that I'm going to make it a bit harder, again, follow what I'm doing, is I'm going to slightly increase the repage a bit now. So I feel like last time, some people may have found that quite easy and had a bit too long to recover. So let's just make it a little bit tougher, and I'm going to give you a bit less time to recover this time, as we strive towards that ultimate fitness goal of whatever that may be. So now let's just kick up to the side. So yeah, confession out the way and done. I like to keep things fairly honest. But with that being said, the first 2 movements that we're going to do are actually quite nice. We're going to do some Supermen, which again, hopefully you've followed along since the start and you will know what they are. And then we're going to do some bicycle kicks. The place that it gets a bit tougher now is that it's going to be more reps. So we're going to aim for 14 Supermen and then 30 bicycle kicks. So that's quite a lot. So we're going to have a little bit less time to recover in those rounds. So I'm just going to move on to my lower back. But as always, as I'm talking, you're trying to listen to what I'm saying, but also follow along with what I'm doing on the screen. And this time, there'll be no muck-ups. That's almost a promise. But yeah, so lower back side twists just for a little bit. We'll be cracking on with your workout in about a minute or so. You want to get your sofa nearby again, because now we're going to be doing those tricep dips that I actually promised for the last one. So we're actually going to be doing them properly now. Let's just do shoulders. So make sure you have a sofa or some sort of chair nearby. But like I said, you can do it on the floor if needs be. So just switch directions. So just a quick heads up, keep on doing these for your shoulders until they burn a little bit. Supermen, just to recap, look like this. So left arm and right leg, or right arm and left leg. So opposite arm and legs. Keep it all very central. Squeeze the bum and get your hands or your bicep right up next to your ear. So you're fully extended on opposite legs. That's the first movement. And bicycle kicks are these bad boys, where we get the leg all the way down to the ground and crunch the core up. But because we're doing 30 of those, we're going to pick that speed up a little bit to make sure you get enough recovery time. So we're a bit quicker on the bicycle kicks. Supermen can be done at a nice slow tempo. So let's get ready. Get your water nearby, get everything prepped and ready to rock and roll. We are then going to go straight in for your first round of Supermen. 14 reps, which equates to 7 per leg, but switch over every time. So let's get ready. You've got 7 seconds from now. Listen out for the beeps. 14 Supermen, finish when you finish. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So you are counting your own reps. Again, hopefully you watched the previous workout, you did it with me. If you're not fully aware of what I'm talking about, then go back and do that one first. Because I explain the whole premise of EMOM in that workout. So again, count your own reps. I've already lost count of mine. Okay, so I think that was my 14. Again, you go at your own speed. You finish once you've done 14 reps. We've now got 22 seconds left up until the minute strikes again. And then it's your 30 bicycle kicks. So you want to make these a bit quicker now, because they will drag out otherwise. So you're looking at 2 reps every kind of second and a half or so.
10 seconds.
So 10 seconds time, follow the speed of me if in doubt. Make sure we're trying to really use that core and crunch up the abs. So here we go, 30 of these in 3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go, I counted those properly. So again, we still have your luxury kind of 35, 40 seconds to recover if you get it done at that speed. If you don't, you can go slower.
Halfway there.
At the end of the day, it's all up to you. If you want to go slower and at a more steady sort of speed and just keep on going with less recovery, that's fine. The way that I tend to do it is go a bit faster with good technique and then get a bit longer to recover each round. So in about 15 seconds, we're going back to Supermen for round number 2. We do every single movement 3 times. Just remember that. 14 reps coming up. So let's get ready to go again. Stop when you've done your 14. Count your own reps. Remember that little tip about having your hands together in the middle to kind of center your center of gravity. Okay, yeah, so instead of having your hands too far apart, you have them a bit closer. It makes your balance a little bit easier. But Supermen are a great movement. They're great for your balance, they're great for your core, for your glutes, for your shoulders, a bit of everything. But again, if you're not finished yet, you keep going up until you've done your 14. Everyone works at different speeds. We've got 15 seconds though to get ready and prepared for your bicycle kicks. I'm going to slow these ones down a bit actually. I'm going to go a little bit slower. I realised that I had a lot longer than I actually thought. So I'm going to go a bit slower, try to focus on that contraction a bit more. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Again, you stop once you've done your 30. Everyone is on different speeds. And just remember the key point, which I've mentioned in previous workouts, once you're laying on the ground, your goal is to get rid of the natural arch in your spine. So naturally when you lay down flat, your body creates an arch between your back and the floor. Push that arch down through the floor so there's ground contact, and then you start your core work. It's very important. So in 10 seconds, we're going into our last round of 14 Supermen. And again, you stop when you've done your 14. And here we go. Hopefully you can hear those beeps. Squeeze in the bum at the top of every single rep. And trying to get your bicep right up next to your head with your hands. Boom. Okay, that's my 14 done. Again, you stop when you stop.
Halfway there.
I'm just going to talk again. Hopefully you can hear me whilst you're doing your exercise and counting at the same time. It's multitasking at its finest, but we're going to keep the timer running all the way through for the 18 minutes. So I'm going to tell you what the next movements are whilst the timer is still running. So it's all very much get yourself ready, get yourself in position. That is key. But one more round of bicycle kicks.
10 seconds.
And then I'll tell you what's next in store. So let's get ready. 5 seconds, bicycle kicks, one more round, 30 reps, count your own. Here we go. And don't forget that's 15 per leg effectively, so you count every single leg. Remember getting rid of that arch on your spine. Good. Okay, right then. So again, you carry on. If you're not done yet, you carry on. I'm going to keep on saying that because I know it can be a bit confusing, and don't let me put you off. So the next 2 movements, hopefully you're listening, even if you're still working out. Single leg deadlifts, which we touched upon last time, is movement number 1, which is just this balance one. You stand on one leg and you take your opposite hand down to that leg. All about balance, and then back up and put your foot on the floor. I'll tell you what the second movement is afterwards. So let's get ready for single leg deadlifts. 5 on your left foot, 5 on your right foot. So follow me along. Here we go. So I'm going for 5 at this sort of speed on my left first. All about balance, focusing on something ahead of you. But again, we're keeping that timer rolling. So you have to be ready and on the timer with me. Okay, that's my 5 on that side. Let's go for 5 on the other side. Remember, opposite hands goes down to that front toe. You're trying to kick that back leg up nice and high, but you can bend this front knee a bit if you want to. This leg, the standing leg, does not have to be straight.
Halfway there.
Okay, so again, steady sort of tempo. You're not rushing it. It's all about balance and control. The next movement is actually going to be some tricep dips. So get near your sofa, get near whatever you have. You have about 15 seconds to get into position. I'll do them on my blocks again, and we have got between 10 to 15 reps to do. Keeping up with that timer, so 10 minimum, 15 maximum. Tricep dips, hopefully we know what they are by now. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So up and down. If you followed the last workout, these were the ones that we finished a blitz on. That was between 6 and 10, but now we're going for 10 to 15, if we possibly can. We have a little bit longer to recover in between rounds, so I'm going to shoot for the 15, but shoot for 10 if that's what floats your boat, it doesn't matter. Okay, pretty sure that's 15. So I'm going to just pop those to the side, maybe in and out again. Most of you, I'm sure, will probably be doing it on a sofa, because I'm sure lots of people do it in the front room or on a bed. Just make sure technique is good and don't go too low, but also don't go too shallow. There's a perfect middle spot, and that middle spot is at a right angle at the elbow and the shoulder. So 10 seconds time before we go back to the single leg deadlifts. Let's try to make these ones a bit better than the first. 5 per side, so 3, 2, 1, and off you go. So 5 on one foot first. Only put your foot down once you've stood all the way up. Foot down goes at the very end, just to reset your body. Once you've done 5 on one side, you can switch over to the other leg. Again, no rush with this movement. The more you rush it, the worse it is.
Halfway there.
And okay, again, no rush. Certain things, I feel like I sound a bit like a broken record, but just years of doing it, you have to repeat certain things over and over again because you see technique starting to get a bit sloppy. That one's always slow and controlled. That is about balance and slow speed. Dips, 10 to 15 reps in 10 seconds time. So let's get ready. Hopefully you're on with me here. I'm already in position. Between 10 and 15 in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Some people, this will be a lot tougher for than others. I'm fully aware of that. This is a movement similar to push-ups. Some people find it quite comfortable. Some people find it really terrifyingly tough. And again, there's no issue with either. As long as you're trying your best and you try to get as close to those 10 reps or 15 reps as you can. If you can't get to 10, then stop at 8. But we're just trying to push it that little bit further than we did in the previous workout. That's why I put it all together in a course, so you can sort of progress as the weeks go by. But last round of deadlifts, single leg deadlifts coming up. I know it's all crazy, lots of stuff happening, but let's get ready for round number 3. Make these your best. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Ooh, speaking of the best, that's a dreadful rep. Oh my goodness. Good, and once you've done your 5, you switch over. So 5 per side. Those reps have not changed. Hopefully you've remembered the reps. Good. Funny enough, that was actually my worst set. That's just how life goes, it's how the cookie crumbles. So I'm already ready. Hopefully, if you're still going, you're counting to 5. Don't cheat yourself. Last set of tricep dips will be coming up in about 12 seconds. And it's going to be 10 to 15 reps, whatever you can do. And then I'll tell you what's after that. We've got 2 more movements to do after this. Making sure I get it right this time. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So when I finish, I'm going to go straight into talking about what's next, but you finish when you finish. I don't stop on my accord. Okay, right, that's my 15 done. Again, you carry on going. If you haven't got to that rep range yet that you're looking for, do not stop. That is cheating. So we've got 32 seconds to recover. Keep going, like I said, if you need to. The last 2 movements are actually what we began the first workout with. So we're going to go straight back into squats and push-ups. Movements that people will be more familiar with now, I hope. These are ones that are always in there since the very get-go. So it's going to be a set of 15 squats to start you off with. So in the previous workout we did 12, so we're stepping that up to 15. And then push-ups I'll tell you afterwards. So 15 squats coming up. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Don't rush it. Do not rush the movements. We are doing more reps, but the speed and tempo should be the same as in the last workout. It is tougher. That's the whole point. So remember, the next movement after this is push-ups, so just make sure you're ready and prepared for that. And these are your last 2 movements.
Halfway there.
That is a promise. Okay, that's my 15 done. Again, you stop when you stop. It might take a bit longer, this one. Push-ups on your knees, on your toes. Again, you're familiar with this by now. Between 8 and 10 reps. So last workout we did 8. So if you can squeeze out an extra 1 or 2 every round, then that is sweet as can be. So I'm going to do them on my toes, but you can do them on your knees if you want. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. I'm shooting for the big 10. You shoot for at least 8 if we can. And again, you finish when you finish. Go your own speed. But yeah, like I said, just a little few step ups in there from the previous workout. The rest will be shorter because we're doing more reps. That tends to be how it works. But you have,
Halfway there.
there we go, 30 seconds. Hopefully you can hear that again. The 30 seconds to recover before we go into our penultimate round of squats. I'm just going to have a quick sip of the H2O. And spill it on the floor in the process. So here we go. So 13 to 12 seconds before our penultimate round of squats. 15 reps is the goal. Starting to get my heart rate up a bit now. We're working hard, so let's get ready. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Still trying to hit depth. That never ever becomes less important. You're still trying to sit down to a 90-degree angle so that your legs are parallel to the floor. You don't need to worry about your toes, your knees. There's a lot of misconceptions in the world of squats. Just do whatever feels comfortable for you,
Halfway there.
as long as you're on your feet and you're not on your toes. That's the most important thing. Your knees can travel over your toes. It's a very natural process. Don't get worried about all that sort of stuff. Just do 15 squats to the best of your ability. As long as you're staying flat on your heels, then you'll probably be okay. 8 to 10 push-ups coming up in 10 seconds. This time I do them on my knees so you can get an idea of what that would look like as well. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So yeah, on my knees. I'm trying not to let my bum or my hips kind of lay on the floor too much. I'm trying to keep the constant tension on my chest and my shoulders and my triceps. I'm again going to go for the 10 reps, but if you can do 8 or 9, then that's also very good. Okay, there we go. Whoosh. Getting spicy in here.
Halfway there.
30 seconds left to recovery, as you've probably figured, before our last round of both. So we're going to go back into 15 squats. But yeah, just to touch on that technique a bit, the few things that you need to worry, which I mentioned in the first one about squats, Feet need to be comfortably shoulder width or a bit further apart. Your knees need to travel in line with your toes. So if you have your feet turned out, your knees go out as well. Make sure your knees don't cave in. That's the most important thing. But last round of 15, so 3, 2, 1, and off you go. So I'll do it from front on. My feet are slightly turned out, so my knees follow in line with my feet. If I had them slightly more straightforward, I wouldn't need to worry about that as much. As long as they're kind of following the same direction as my feet, that's the most important thing. But what I'm not doing is caving in like this. I'm trying to keep them nice and solid. There's a slight bit of kind of external rotation at the hip. So that means going outwards instead of in.
Halfway there.
And hopefully you counted your reps through all that spiel, because I haven't at all. I'll go for one more. Okay, 15 reps done. Last set of push-ups. 10 is the goal really here. Don't forget we have the whole minute now. This is your very last round. So if you're at 8 reps come 45 seconds, try to get those last 2 reps done in that last 15-second time frame. So here we go. Last round. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go.
Last round.
Remember, if we can get to the 10, that's all the better. Okay. I'm going to keep on going just through to the end just to make sure we get a good workout. If you have finished really early and you want to carry on just to get a burn, you crack on. So I'm going to drop to do a few of my knees now.
Halfway there.
I'm literally going to go all the way through to the end of the buzzer. You don't have to, you can stop at 10. But just to keep people motivated throughout the rest of the workout, we keep going all the way through. So we've got about 15 seconds left. I'm now going to drop to the easiest form of push-ups, which is still tough. I'm dropping my belly on the floor. I'm squeezing these last few reps out. If you haven't finished yet, then it doesn't matter. So 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So often on the last round of EMOMs, I'll just keep going because I'm fully aware that some people will be really burning towards the end. Just to give that bit of extra motivation. Everyone needs it at some stage. But let's now get stretched out. That is your workout done. And like I said, that was a promise at the start. No crazy blitz of the triceps or anything like that this time. That was a one-off. So let's just get nice and loose. So let's start off, again, upper body. So we're going to stretch out our traps at the top, which involve putting our hands like so, and then pushing out in front of us as far as we can possibly push. So really try to extend out in front. This is now a good chance to get your breathing back to normal and your heart rate back down. Hopefully you found that one a bit tougher than the previous one because the rest periods were definitely less. Nice, and now it's going to go for some shoulders as always, so straight arm across the body. Whew. But the one thing that I'll always say, because it's very tough to design a program for many people that are at different levels, if you are finding it too tough and you really can't keep up, then lower the reps. In a perfect world, switch over, you want to get about at least 15 to 20 second rest per EMOM. If you're really struggling, you can lower the reps down. Likewise, if you're really struggling at that, you can keep on doing the first 4 workouts over and over again, or even the 5th one, up until this gets easier. And then once you've got through this one, you can then move on to workout number 6 and 7 and 8 in the course. There's nothing wrong with you doing workout number 1 to 4 a few times, just until it gets easy. That's the whole process. They'll be there for a long time. Just side twists. On the flip side, I know I'm talking a lot, but on the flip side, if you find it really dead easy, then you can go more reps. Instead of doing 10 push-ups, you can do 15 push-ups, for example. You're the sort of people that need to make it tougher by reducing the rest time. And the way to do that is to do more reps every round. Nice, and then we're going to do some kicks. Alternatively, if you find it really easy, it may be time for you to take a step up to the world of weights, kettlebells, for example. That's a high possibility as well, because bodyweight might just be a little bit too easy for you. Like I said, everyone is on different levels. Just follow me along with what I'm doing on here. Nice, so we're almost there. Another 30 seconds, so we're just going to go across. The cool down and the warm up is very much the same, roughly in every single workout. Oh yeah, deep breaths. Often in through the nose, out through the mouth helps. Let's switch over. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can now shake everything off, give it a little wiggle and dance, have your water. You are done for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed that. So that was workout number 6. Yep, workout number 6. So we've got 4 workouts left of the course, and they're going to progress even further, so that by the end of the course, the workout's a lot tougher than it was at workout number 1. But having said that, enjoy your rest periods, and I will catch you all again next time. Thanks a lot.